That's when I said it only cost you $5 to look at my fancy boho.
I said, what a deal!
Nice. Yeah. What a fucking absolute deal. Oh, I got this. Hold on. Here we go.
Hello, what? What? Who? Where?
Bam, bam, bam.
You're at the Black
I thought you
Tower,
said
Grandpa.
I thought you said we were doing this episode asleep.
Ah, ah, I see what he did there.
See what I did there, don't you? Yeah.
Bruh, how cute are the sleeping chibis? How cute are these?
They
Well, we're
are.
gonna show this before the spoiler warning.
They're
Look
just
look
little
at this.
tuckered out little
Look at the
guys.
they're
You,
just
you see the little Z's above the head? I mean, it's kind of hard to see for everyone except for mine because I make the thumbnails and I make me look good. I don't give a fuck about how Josh looks.
I just have the most mystical backgrounds.
I tried to give you the most feminine looking one.
Wow, that's
you
very
know,
sexist of you, Andrew.
so that I can make sure I get in trouble.
You gave me the one with big arches. Thank you.
Wow.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the the Black Tower podcast, a Wheel of Time podcast, not to be confused with our Karma Sutra podcast. You can find that on
That one's behind the
OnlyFans.
paywall.
Depending on the day of the week, might be behind several paywalls.
Depends on what state you're in.
You're
Yeah,
gonna
might
have to
be,
get some ID and verify your age, and
it's behind a paywall and several proxy servers and VPNs.
Mm-hmm.
who needs them?
Oh, I'm your Bajan Mahel. My name's Andrew. I got nothing. Yep, fucking brain went blank, and I couldn't speak either. My mouth was trying to go brain frank.
Brian Frank.
Yeah. My shit's fried, y'all. I slept for like 3 hours last night. Leave me alone.
Oh,
Oh,
no, go, please.
I'm Josh, the Soravan Mahale, the lightning Mahale. I taste lightningy.
It's shocking.
Are you fucking Remy's brother? Is that what's happening?
Emil, you mean?
I couldn't remember his name.
His name is Emil.
I mean, he didn't do the cooking. I don't remember his name.
All right.
Oh, I get it.
Emil.
Emil.
Snack. I'm on roll right now. Who the hell are you?
Cool, so I'm gonna play the outro. Nice seeing y'all.
We're done.
That's fine.
You've been waiting.
No, really. Shortest episode to date. We're done. Fuck you guys.
That's another good idea for April 1st.
There it is.
Anyway,
Oh.
Anyway.
lady with the luscious leaf curtains, who are you?
I am Reese Sedai, your Aethon Mahale, your glove up or shut up Mahale. Yeah.
Look at those leaf curtains. Maybe she's born with it. Maybe it's Ogier tree singing.
Maybe it's LED lighting.
Maybe. Mine's right here. You can't see it very well. I'm not proud of my foliage, like Reese is. I'm
just
still
glad that
too
mine,
insecure
like-
for that.
I'm just glad that mine, by happenstance, kind of looks like a bat. So it looks
It
like I'm
kinda
blending
does.
my love for Batman with Wheel of Time.
Batman and Wheel of Time.
Oh, look! I finally, I've had this for a couple weeks now, but I finally got frames for the Cave Geek Art map of Clitoria.
Hey!
So I put Clitoria behind a safe sheet of plexiglass,
Love it.
surrounded in a nice, clean, trimmed border.
Protect
Nice,
from moisture.
safe,
That's a
protected.
good idea.
Yeah, that's where it belongs.
Mm-hmm.
Well, for today, we want to remind y'all that if y'all are like me, and you are running low on the energy, you can go on over to w.gg and get yourself some fantastic energy powder. There's a link down in the show notes or description below, or you can use code BTP for 10% off your order. We've used W powder, at least, and I looked at my name and went to read it off like I'm not me, or at least Andrew and Josh have.
Andrew and Josh definitely have.
Yeah, and it's really good. And I have a sneaking suspicion that any that Josh had left, if he had any left, probably got lost in the move.
No, I had actually. So I started taking it to work,
Ooh,
and I was using it at work, and it worked really nicely there. So
nice.
that was my
Nice.
thing there.
It worked at work.
It worked at work.
It did work at work.
Very nice.
Work.
I generally drink Celsius at work because I'm still playing like the adults golden ticket game to see if I get one of the Celsius cans. It was filled with vodka seltzer. I'm sure I know they've already recalled them, and there's already a fucking class action. Imagine going to open a Celsius at work and then drinking a vodka seltzer and being mad. I'm gonna have to get Reese some Debbie.
That person wasn't mad. It's because they gave it to their kid. Then they were mad.
This means the kid went to nap time faster and like probably slept longer. I see this as an absolute win. No, don't feed your kids that shit. Unless you're from the South and it's whiskey for toothaches and any other ailments. Anyway, things that won't harm your kids if they need some energy. Pretty safe. No like weird additives, none of that other kind of weird stuff. No jitters, no crash. Take as recommended though, because if you're not used to it and you take extra scoops, you get a little like fucking antsy, right, Josh?
You do.
Get a little bubbly on the W.
You do.
Yeah. W.GG. Use code BTP or just click the link down in the show notes or description below. Doing so helps support what we do here at Black Tower Podcast. If you don't want to do the patron route. That being said and done, we're going to go ahead and get into the spoiler warning for this episode. This one comes courtesy of Morshadi, and this time it's not my fault. I didn't cause the problem.
Welcome to the Black Tower, a Wheel of Time podcast. All right, let's check here. Okay, this podcast episode will be spoiling books 1 through. I mean, let's be honest here. Whatever Josh lets slip. So how about you pull that spoiler condom all the way on? Anyway, quit your whining. The last book came out in 2012. He was actually a ghost, and Rosebud was the name of his sled for creator's sake.
Oh, I get it. Because it's red like a rosebud. Rosebud.
For her.
Which also makes me think of a fat bastard from Austin Powers. I left a little rosebud in there for you. You really are a fat bastard. You know that hurts, you know. I eat because I'm unhappy. I'm unhappy because I eat. It's a vicious cycle.
It's a vicious cycle. Black Tower Podcast.
Today, Reese, do you want to talk about what we're talking about? Do you want to tell the people what the topic is?
Yeah. Talk about it.
You know,
with surgical precision, sanitary precision. One of those, I don't know.
I suppose so. I mean, we're talking about. We're talking about the world of dreams, for one. We're
Look at the sleepy boys.
Sweet
sleepy
dreams.
little creatures.
They're made of these chibis.
Love how I'm still angry even though I'm asleep. Even my dreams piss me off.
Angry.
Reese is happy and Josh is just fucking
out cold. I'm out cold.
Yeah.
I'm happy because I'm not working.
Yeah.
Hey, there it is.
Finally got a hold of them arches everybody kept asking for.
That's not my line of work, Andrew.
Mm-hmm.
Well, when I say everybody, I mean I don't mean everybody. I mean You have a specific person. Anyway, I'm going to stop before I dig this hole any deeper.
Yep.
No
Yep.
pun intended.
Confucius say, when digging yourself into a hole, take your hands off the shovel.
Off the chef. That's right.
So we're talking about sleep? All right.
Yeah.
Who is the sleep paralysis demon
To sleep,
of
perchance
the
to dream.
universe?
It's fucking Cimarog. I don't even think that's a fucking question. If it's a TV show, it's still fucking Cimarog. Or no, it's Mogid. No. Yeah, Cimarog. Right? Right? The kinky librarian?
Kinky librarian.
Or no, that was Mogideon.
That was my good.
Mogideon from the TV show, because we didn't get to see Cimarog in the TV show.
You did not.
Yeah, no. Forget the TV show.
Sorry, I get my kinky Forsaken mixed
This
up.
is not
from
the
time to
show
time.
you're looking for.
They're not evil, they're just like very niche kinks. I'm not evil, I'm just kinky that way.
I'm just drawn that way.
Oh. So, yes. World of Dreams, overall, the kind of idea, because we talked about Tel'aran'rhiod before, but this is like talking about it through a kind of more, we like to do these like metaphysical and philosophical style conversations. This one's like kind of philosophy mixed with psychology, which I'm definitely not a major in, so I will very likely be talking out of my ass plenty for this.
I can confidently say I know nothing about this topic.
But
Times
Tel'aran'rhiod,
3.
Tel'aran'rhiod as the concept of it being the collective unconscious, you psychology aficionados will probably recognize this. And if you don't before, you'll especially recognize it when we say the name Carl Gustav Jung. Is a Swiss psychiatrist who believed that dreams and myths are not random, but instead reveal deep truths about the human mind. This key idea that we're going to be using here is the idea and concept of collective unconscious. So a little Wheel of Time, a little psychology, plenty of just us talking about what may or may not be, and an abundance of room for us to sound like morons, which is what makes the Black Tower the home you all enjoy coming back to.
It's true.
What is
This is a true statement.
That's why I feel at home here.
A true statement of fact.
That just warmed my heart. I don't know why. That was like heartwarming because like you're the newest edition. Like I feel at home in here. It's like, oh. It's like whenever you cook for the family for the first time and they're like, this is delicious, and you're like, oh.
I mean, just because I do have to point out we were talking about being idiots and not knowing what we're talking about.
I mean,
and that's
I'm
how
gonna
I feel at home here.
anyway, it's what we do best. So, Tel'aran'rhiod, is it just a magical place, or does it also serve as the pattern's collective unconscious? Josh, do you want to remind us? Or do you want to work with, or however this winds up fucking happening? Who cares? I just prompt people and then we see what happens. What is Tel'aran'rhiod kind of generically as the books and even the show kind of describe it? Tell us about Tel'aran'rhiod.
I will tell you about Tel'aran'rhiod.
Oh, wait. I have a thing for that. Tell us about Tel'aran'rhiod. Hey. I've slapped my desk so many times for that fucking rim shot joke, forgetting I have a fucking button for it. Fuck off, Josh. Why don't you go get another boom and a new microphone to connect?
Tel'aran'rhiod.
Everybody, congratulate Josh on his microphone. It looks great. It almost blends into the fireplace. Actually, really good placement. You almost don't notice it. That's really smart.
I was kind of like...
I'm like talking shit, but I'm actually kind of jealous at the moment because it just fits so well and it's like right there.
And you don't even know. You don't even know. But I'm going to do this
myself in my assholery
to make you even more angry, and then I'm gonna talk into
Mine's like a red rocket.
and we're gonna do some Black Tower podcast ASMR, or we're gonna do the hey everybody, yeah. So I'm a podcaster, and I like to put the mic right in my face for no reason. So yeah, this is funny. Have you guys heard about this? There's this thing called Tel'aran'rhiod. Yeah, it's a world of dreams. You can only reach it when you're asleep, except for some occasional changes in the rules, because that's what Robert Jordan likes to do. He likes to tell a rule, and then he likes to change the rule. Okay, fine, I won't anymore. Jeez, put your lipstick away. So
I
no,
can't help it. It just comes out.
Tel'aran'rhiod was one of these things that Robert
What?
Jordan
Gotta be on.
loves to do to us,
I
and
took
say
4 Blue Chew when the lipstick comes out.
he likes to be like, "Oh, this is a rule. This is a thing that you have to do. That you can only do it like this." And then you're like, "Sweet, okay, that's the only way you can do it." And then come to find out, no, it's not. No, you can do it this way too. And then turns out, just kidding, you can do it this way too. And this is Tel'aran'rhiod. But Tel'aran'rhiod is great because it's like, remember the Matrix, where they're like, "What do you need?" "Guns. I need lots of guns." And then he's just like, "Have a bazillion guns." That's Tel'aran'rhiod. Except for instead of calling the operator to load
It
up a
makes me
program
moist
for
every
you,
time I see that scene.
you do it with your own brain. Okay? With your own squishy walnut, you go, "I want this." And then it just appears before you. It's great.
Terrifying concept.
It is a terrifying concept.
I would not want to be in Tel'aran'rhiod, but like us 3 together in Tel'aran'rhiod.
It's just because it's a matter of will. It's just who believes their own lie more.
One of these years, we should host the Gathering Madness in Tel'aran'rhiod. That would be
Were we not already?
not this year. No, this year
You
we're
thought
in
this
the
was the
Shadow
real
of
world?
Insight.
I thought that was
It's
a virtual
actually
ticket.
Tel'aran'rhiod.
Oh no, we're in Inception mode. Oh my god.
Nothing beats a Jet 2 holiday to Tel'aran'rhiod.
I thought the Tel'aran'rhiod
Save 50
attendance
pounds
was
per person
included
by
with the
fucking
virtual
concentrating.
ticket. If you could get there, you know.
Yeah.
If you can get there,
That would be kind of cool,
Yeah,
though.
that's the other
To
thing.
do like
Most
a
people-
virtual space event. Like if we all had like Oculuses or whatever.
Yeah, that would be cool.
What is the
That
pro
would
of like the
actually be
Oculus
cool.
device? Is it Oculi? Do you have more than one?
Oculuses?
I
don't
mean,
know.
that's
The
not what it is
Oculusy?
for octopus.
An
so.
Oculusy.
Right. Get your face out of my Oculusy.
No. No, but Tel'aran'rhiod is crazy. Not everybody can get there, right? You have to have a talent that allows you to go in there. We know of 2 different talents that allow people to go in there, which is the talent of being a dreamer and the talent of being a wolf brother. Those 2 people can enter Tel'aran'rhiod at will. Another way to get into Tel'aran'rhiod is with the use of a Tir'angri'al that will allow you passage into the world of dreams. And the third and final way is if you jump into the Tel'aran'rhiod accidentally. But if that's the case, you're usually only there for a couple of seconds, and then kaboom, you go back to your normal life, or you die.
Or you die. That is the kind of the last way is people do tend to stumble into it unwittingly. They just happen to fall in. In fact, that's one of the things that they describe as being like when people die in their sleep. It's because they accidentally
Correct.
slipped into Tel'aran'rhiod in that falling dream that we have every now and then, and accidentally hit some real ground there.
I just realized there's a 4th way that
Oh.
we don't have listed for our thing. But it's heavily, heavily dangerous and frowned upon, especially by the Aiel Wise Ones.
Yes.
And it's a frequent warning given to Perrin Aybara by the wolves
But
being
it
here
is
too
possible.
strongly. you can, just like sometimes happens with the best of latex, you can rip a hole in space-time and travel via gateway straight up into Tel'aran'rhiod. You can be there in the flesh. Makes you way more powerful,
Right up in there.
but it's way more dangerous. Somehow. I don't know how it's more dangerous, because if you die in Tel'aran'rhiod, you still die in real life.
Yeah.
I guess because like the getting trapped and stuff is a lot harder to get out of because everything feels more real just naturally. I don't know. I'm not a dream walker.
Neither am I.
These dreams weren't made for walking. That's not what they're gonna do. One of these days, these dreams are just gonna pull you in and subject you to weird fucking
Okay, so
fever
there's
dreams.
3 characters in the story. No, I'm sorry.
There's a lot.
Apart from the Forsaken, there are 3
Okay.
characters in the story who entered Tel'aran'rhiod in the flesh. Do you know who they are?
Is this open ended? Just say it when
Yeah,
you know
this
it, or
Oh, okay.
Pop quiz.
Reese, what you got?
I mean,
Oh, I want to.
Rand,
Uh
Perrin, Egwene.
huh.
Wait, does
That-
Rand enter in the flesh?
Rand definitely does.
Oh, then 4.
But
Because he
Also,
does it. He does it chasing fucking what's its nuts at the Stone of Tyr.
Oh, yeah. He does.
But there's-
Well, I thought that was skimming, though.
Oh yeah, that could be. I feel like
There's
at
there's
some
someone else he
point
chases
goes in.
through.
Like, because isn't that kind of how like Perrin initially like learns it, or am I thinking? I could be remembering that wrong.
The other person I was thinking of is Slayer.
Ah, well, and also doesn't I'll get there. Hold on, I'll get there.
You will. We got all the time in the world.
He's
You take
So Rand-
your.
Skull.
Okay, Rand does it using a Ter'angreal in the
All
Fires
goes
of
in.
Heaven.
Doesn't
what?
Perrin take Gollum with
No,
him
that's not
in
right.
the flesh?
Does he?
I think so. Because he has to go back in and get him.
He does take. Yeah, you're right. Because no, he takes a couple of Aiel. Is it just Ruark or is it a couple of Aiel? Because they need to guard the dream spike.
I thought it was Gaul. I thought Gaul went in with Perrin, and then Perrin got in his fight with Slayer and kind of went in and out and in and out. Was all over the place.
Right.
And then he like finished his fight, and he was like, "Okay, cool."
There's more.
Go.
Oh shit! Go.
There's more.
Oh.
We're forgetting about
There's more.
the dynamic. Well, not really duo, but minor. Well, not minor. How do I fuck? Yeah, I'm not gonna fucking go it. Nynaeve and Moghedien. I mean, Moghedien's one of the Forsaken, so she's already like counted in it. But remember, Nynaeve chases Moghedien into Tel'aran'rhiod in the flesh, and that's where she winds up basically conjuring the collar. And then while Moghedien's collared in Tel'aran'rhiod, one, that's how they're able to capture her in the waking world. But she uses that travel and push to use balefire inside Tel'aran'rhiod through Moghedien because she couldn't channel herself at the moment.
I thought she was just there with one of the dream Ter'angreal. I didn't know she was there in the flesh.
I thought that whole scene was like everybody involved, like so Rand, Moghedien, Nynaeve, not was it Balal? No, not Balal. Who was the other Forsaken they were fighting? Because Balal gets taken out by Moraine, but Rand's chasing another Forsaken around. Is it Samael?
Samael, I think.
Is this in? Well, no, because Samael's thing is in Ilion.
Yeah, he's in Tyr.
Who the fuck is it? Because who the fuck does he chase around? Why the fuck can't I remember this? Ravine, yeah. It's him chasing Ravine around. and they're running through different dreamscapes, and they're kind of like traveling. They're like using traveling kind of in and out of the world of dreams, because this is during the battle in Camelin, and during this, like, Nynaeve, like, kind of is like able to assist, because this is where like Nynaeve comes in and like hurls fire at him. It's what they replicate, I think, in the TV. Don't they do that in the TV show? They replicate it with like her causing damage to Samael, and that's how they capture Samael. Or am I just fucking going nuts right now? Did they do that part in the TV show?
They do a similar thing.
Yeah, but it's Ravine in the books.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because so it's right after Rand believes that Ravine has killed Morghese. Ravine flees into Tel'aran'rhiod. Rand chases after him. They're doing all of this, and actually, maybe Nynaeve and Moghedien aren't there in the flesh, because Nynaeve notices him running around in Tel'aran'rhiod. That's right. They can't. Moghedien's definitely not, because for her to be there for the Adam to, yeah. Okay, I'm wrong. Nynaeve and Moghedien aren't there in the flesh, because for the Adam to be working in Tel'aran'rhiod, Moghedien still has to have her physical body outside Tel'aran'rhiod. All right, completely wrong about that. The scene happens, but they're not in there in the flesh.
But it does kind of go along with our theme of like believing where you are and who has more control, and like the kind of shared illusion that even though they're not there in the flesh, they're taking real damage. They are having physical things happen to them that carry over into the real world, even though they're just dreaming. And it's all just a matter of belief. Like,
that's why I keep getting confused, because the whole scene in Fires of Heaven, because this is 54 chapters 54 and 55, where it's Rand fighting Ravine, and it's Nynaeve fighting like Moghedien, and doing all this, bringing them together, and they interact. There's so much switching back and forth, and you have Rand and Ravine that are jumping in and out of Tel'aran'rhiod in the flesh, but Nynaeve and Moghedien aren't.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, brain has it until I forget it again.
Well, so the point being, whether you're there in the flesh or whether you're there via the dream, you can change things by your will, right? You can say, aha, there's a whole lot of wind over there, and all of a sudden a whole lot of wind will gust because you are imprinting your will on your surrounding areas. The capture of Moghedien, I'm actually really glad we jumped on this, because this is a really exciting piece of this for me, especially because Moghedien has this like, oh, I'm the master of Tel'aran'rhiod. This is my realm. Yeah. And then Nynaeve comes up with an Adam and clicks it on her neck and says, "This is an Adam." Ha ha ha. And Moghedien's like, "Oh no, I'm captured." And the second that Moghedien was like, "I'm captured," she accepted the reality instead of manipulating or changing the reality, and she was captured. And then Nynaeve furthered it by saying, now you have to drink this because it'll make you sleep in the real world. And because she accepted it, because she said, yep, it'll make me sleep in the real world, she did. She was asleep, and that's how they caught her in the real world. And
after she helps Rand, because she uses Moghedien to blast Ravine with like fire. Okay, and then she's like, "Yeah, drink this; it'll make you sleep." Which is crazy, because like, again, it's a contest of wills, right? Basically, like, Nynaeve has to believe that that Moghedien is captured with like a Green Lantern level amount of willpower more than Moghedien has to believe that she's not captured by the Adam. which is nuts, you know, given how long the Forsaken have been playing around in Tel'aran'rhiod. But also, like, fucking Mogideon claims the World of Dreams to be, like, her playground domain. So does Lanfear. They're like, oh, no, that's actually my world. And it's like, I mean,
Well,
Lanfear actually proves it to be more true, you know, with the reveal that she didn't actually die. Because it turns out Perrin actually, he didn't, he toyed with the line of crossing over and going in the flesh, but he never did.
no, he did.
And that was, no, he didn't.
Yes, he did.
When did he cross it
In
over
the
into
in
the
the
flesh?
end, because he in Memory of Light, he starts asking, how is Slayer in Tel'aran'rhiod in the flesh, and starts saying, I need to go into Tel'aran'rhiod in the flesh in order to have the same amount of power, or
Yeah.
hopefully more power than
I
he does.
believe the bulk of his fight with Slayer, like him and Gaul go into Tel'aran'rhiod together, like in the flesh
Yeah,
with provisions, like to tough
Oh
it
yeah,
out because they know that the timing is different and the
yeah.
requirements are different. But that's
Well,
their only plan to beat him is because
and that was kind of the thing too, is when they Perrin figures out how to just like transport himself. He can magically just go, now I'm in Tel'aran'rhiod, and be in Tel'aran'rhiod. And that's how, and as a matter of fact, him and Slayer during their battle, they pop in and out of Tel'aran'rhiod and the real world back and forth.
yeah.
well, and I think that fight is one of the most interesting fights,
It certainly
that
has
we
the most
get because
fluidity.
there's
Yeah.
so many like it's a true Tel'aran'rhiod fight. It's a battle of wills. It's I'm throwing you into the ocean. The ocean doesn't exist. But now the ground is mud. Now the ground is air. Now the air is lava. Now the lava is bubbles. And it's just like who can think of it faster? Who believes it more?
It's so cool.
And
I
it's
love it
such
so
a
much.
like battle of like every time they and not just those two, that's just such a good one. They're falling through the air and it's like stab, oh that's rubber, now it doesn't hurt, oh now I'm throwing you but now I can fly. Like
So there are more. Okay, so the whole parent thing starts. So he travels to Shao like through like capital T traveling, and asks Rand to make him a gateway for him into Tel'aran'rhiod. Rand's like, it's like everybody else. Oh, it's evil to do it, but Rand opens the gateway anyway. Does that. Perrin goes in, um, and then they run. He goes to the Black Tower because he's trying to find the Dream Spikes. While there, they come across two Asha'man that are also there in the flesh.
That's right.
And Lanfear shows up and is like, "Hey, yeah, they've been turned to the Shadow. They fork root them, basically. Get rid of the Dream Spike. Whatever. And then he's waiting for Slayer to show up. Sorry, I'm like trying to skim through the shit
No, you're good.
that I clearly don't remember clearly enough. Um, fully recognizes them. Okay, Heartseeker then attacks Perrin. When she fully recognizes him, shoots balefire at him. Perrin imagines it bending around him, and it does.
Oh yeah,
That's
and
the first time he manipulates balefire because it's just a weave. Sindine appears and chides Perrin for not killing Heartseeker, who she confirms was actually Grendel, but is now Hessalam. Sindane is imprisoned with, is impressed with Perrin's ability, accepts him, but accepts him as a substitute to lose. Asks if he could channel here, but she tells him there are limits to what the mind can actually do. Asks if she can create a gateway for him and Gaul to leave through, but she tells him that he has to do it himself. As Cindy leaves, she tells Perrin that the dream Hussalam the dream Hessalam was invading was Bashir's.
right.
Blah, 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 blah. Then they
Which is
go
where we
to
find
the
out about the
fucking
great captains being compromised.
Mhm.
yeah. Okay, so this is where it starts happening. So what Perrin does is, I guess, being given the name shifting.
Okay.
So he gets a wolf brother powered OP alternate version of traveling. Because if you can, he can shift his physical presence into Tel'aran'rhiod. Now, doing so risks him losing anything that ties himself to his physical body. But by doing so, he can like then just imagine he's wherever he wants to be, and then shift back into reality, like he can fucking travel.
And
Which
another
I think backs up one of my other theories about Tel'aran'rhiod, but that's not the topic of this episode.
another kind of part of Tel'aran'rhiod that I think plays into the kind of collective idea is when Egwene goes there and she's kind of in the like dream space, like the space between dreams, rather than being in like the world itself. She's in that like subspace. And I feel like that area is kind of like that tie together between like the quote actual physical world of dreams and our regular dreams that can kind of dip in and touch that world. And that's where, the people that are more skilled, I feel like they can almost like pull those little dreams into the world of dreams and kind of bring that together. And that's where it's like, with the influencing the great captains, they're able to kind of jump from the world of dreams into these individual dreams and influence them from there. And the only way they're able to do that is because they are so close to the actual world of dreams. There's like this little connection basically to the individual dreams. And I think that kind of plays into our bigger theme of like the collective consciousness and how we're all there in the same space and we make this world of dreams real by dreaming it into reality.
Which is also cool because Tel'aran'rhiod serves another very important purpose, right? It houses the dead heroes of the Horn. Like that's where they live, that's where they exist, that's where they wait until called by the Horn.
So do they actually wait there, or is that just our, like, do people will them into existence there by just dreaming of them?
I'm going to say they're actually there for one reason. Because Elaine has no notion or idea or care or concern that the heroes of the Horn are watching their conversation. But
Don't
she
have to milk
sees
bath. Leave me alone.
Birgitta like 4 times and is like, "Okay, for real,
It's
come over here and
like
talk to me."
I feel like the world of dreams is almost like a Mount Olympus type place. Where it's like this mythical realm that doesn't really exist, but it exists. And that's where all our heroes go to wait and watch and influence, and you can dream of them and they'll influence your dreams. And when needed, they'll spin back into the world, and it's like this metaphysical Olympus.
So let's throw another hitch in this, because this is a great point to bring up this Jungian psychology, right? This collective unconscious, because a collective unconscious could also explain like how the heroes of the Horn exist in a world of dreams, and it would kind of be like the answer like would be that both they live there, but also they're created by people, the collective unconscious of reality, kind of thing. So I'm gonna try to abbreviate this as much as I can, as much as you can, like a psychological like thought experiment concept, from like the mid to early 1900s. So personal unconscious versus collective. Personal is for for Jung is the storehouse of your forgotten memories, suppressed desires, and like unique dream images. Collective unconscious would be a deeper layer of the psyche shared by all humanity, all humans, and would contain things like archetypes, like universal patterns and symbols and concepts like the hero, the mother, the shadow, which we'll get into in a second. Um, which connects with Tel'aran'rhiod because in Wheel of Time, each dreamer they bring in their personal fears, their desires, their imagination into the world of dreams, like Egwene's cages or Perrin's wolves.
Right.
Um, Again, in this kind of thought experiment, not taking the wolves as literal beings that exist in Tel'aran'rhiod, or maybe do, but also part of Perrin's kind of psyche that he focuses on. But it also feels like a shared psychic space where everyone can interact and tap into like common unconscious, a common unconscious layer. So for like these archetypes, like specifically the hero, the shadow, and the wise woman, a way to think about it, like the hero, Rand always appears or generally appears in dreams with swords, lights, or some form of destruction. It's always some kind of like actiony kind of heroic aspect. Um, then you have the dark one could be as a concept through just the shadow existing through its multifaceted ways in Tel'aran'rhiod, like the Forsaken, but also like Perrin's own fears of the wolf side of himself and him having issues, especially in Tel'aran'rhiod, uh, keeping that under control because his mind starts going down a certain way, and it's just like, am I going to be like Gnome? And he starts kind of going wolfy and not in the good Wolfie, not like Brad, like not like Wolf Brother cool Brad, Wolfie, but and then the wise woman, shocker, something like the Aiel Wise Ones or even Egwene, guiding and using Tel'aran'rhiod for like more, for lack of a better phrase, like intellectual style purposes, like gathering intel, and really putting it to like the spy network boost. But you wind up with this archetypical whatever that word imagery that represents these individuals. And this is a line that I like and I found interesting. Almost as if the pattern itself is dreaming through these characters. And I'm like, oh, that's a whole nother layer of consciousness to add on. Like, we
Oh,
already talk
sure.
about the pattern as if it has sentience. What's to say that like it can't dream through its creations as well? So within this, you also have this concept that dreams can be used for communication as a way for the unconscious to speak to the conscious mind, normally or often with symbolic warnings or insights. And we see this a lot. It happens to Perrin because he dreams of the White Cloak symbol before he ever runs into them in reality for the first time. And I think we generally attribute it to like the interference of like just Wolf Brotherness and the wolves kind of putting shit in his head because they're talking about it. And he's just kind of in that dream and vulnerable state. But really, with Egwene being a dreamer and having these prophetic dreams while she's asleep. So with that and her ability as a dream walker, it could be both because she has like dreams of Rand with the sword of light. It's Kalendor. Um, so this would mirror for Jung this kind of idea that there is information or truths that just are not accessible in waking life. It's like connections that your brain don't make or just can't make because you're using conscious thought, and through the unconscious it can use different pathways. And then if it's an overarching collective unconscious, well, it's just not the symbols and shit that's actively in your mind that you're thinking about. Sorry, I had to move my red rocket out of the webcam frame. But it's everybody's. It's mine. It's Josh's. It's Reese's. It's Leia's. It's everybody's, right? So we're almost done. There's like two more points to this, and then I'm kind of done going through the Jungian psychology. Um, Jung taught that the goal of engaging with dreams is, and I'm going to butcher this fucking word, Individuation. 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 Integrating the unconscious into the conscious self and becoming whole. That it's think of the concept of like accepting the darker parts of yourself. It's a very common theme in like fantasy and anime, um, and all kinds of like literature where like if you really want to unlock your full power, you have to accept the darker parts of yourself because it's still you, which is like Rand. He explodes in power and ability once he accepts like, I actually am the fucking dragon reborn, and that's okay. And then it's like, oh cool, now you're like nearly Jesus walking on Earth. Cool, because you needed another power boost. But for Wheel of Time, it'd be like Perrin. Most of the interactions and kind of like learning and experimenting he gets with Wolf Brotherness, we see through the Wolf Dream for him, and it's a lot of training and just talking and education and fellowship with Hopper. Which I think it's important to note too that like whenever it's Hopper, like it's always Hopper as a wolf, and it gets Perrin comfortable with wolves and the idea of wolfiness and all the wolfy goodness. And so Perrin like learns to embrace a balance of himself as a man, but also the wolf part of his connection to them, and bringing those together. And then Egwene does this by mastering Tel'aran'rhiod and using it to integrate like her own like innate power and her ability to affect so much in the waking world, but also like Tel'aran'rhiod being one of the other things that shows Egwene that like you can be as powerful as you think you are, you're still not the biggest fish in the pond, and there's always something more to learn. So balancing like the confidence of having such an incredible amount of power as she does, but also maintaining some humility over the like just because I have a lot of power doesn't mean I'm the shit.
I kind of thought.
Finally.
I'm sorry.
No, you're good. Go for it.
Well, I don't.
I could use a break. My fat ass is like out of breath.
I was gonna say one of the best examples I feel of that is the super spoiler, the 10-year secret that was the ending where we believe that Perrin has won.
It was so kinky.
Yeah.
And he has not. And it's so funny because I actually remember reading this. And I remember thinking like, my first reaction is, yeah, awesome, good job, Perrin, yes. and then immediately followed by, that seemed way too easy.
Oh, did you say that was too easy?
I thought that. I actually thought that reading. I was like, good for you, Perrin, but yeah, this lady's 3,000 years old.
Fair point.
Way too easy. Like
the origin of the problem, 3,000 years old, goes out from a super heavy neck pinch. Seems a little lame.
And it was just like, I could absolutely see, like, once I got it, I was like, yeah, I could definitely see her just like shifting to the side and being like, yeah, you're gonna think that you're snapping my neck there, little one, but I'm gonna let you believe it.
But
what we're gonna use here is imagination.
What's the single most reason why? Well, I mean, honestly, the most, up until this point, the most effective people against the Forsaken have been either Rand, who has just basically overpowered them, or people in Tel'aran'rhiod. Because the Forsaken get arrogant in Tel'aran'rhiod, and they get got, right? I mean, that's just how it is. So I honestly considered it to be something like that, because the wolves were masters of Tel'aran'rhiod long before humans, right? So, and they're the ones who trained Perrin, and Perrin had the super shortcut bleach style training that made him a super uber master overnight, right? So
it turns out not only is he like part hollow, but he's also like part Quincy.
Yeah.
But he's also like part this.
My only problem with this is that Perrin is not confident enough to go up against Lanfear. He does not have enough confidence in his own abilities. And like, yes, he gains more, but not enough to outdo Lanfear. And that was why I always kind of had a problem with this, is that was like the one thing that was like, yeah, like knee jerk, like, yes, yeah, got her. And then at the same time, I was like,
but he is coming in off of like a just happened twice massive confidence boost of the redirecting Balefire, then kind of being told and understanding what it is, and then freaking the fuck out of Egwene.
Yeah.
And Egwene being like, how the fuck did you do that? And he's like, it's just a weave, Egwene.
Yeah, but
you
that's
silly,
Egwene. She's a noob.
Silly little Amerlin, you. How are you the Amerlin seat and you don't know that? It's just a fucking weave. I thought the Aiel Wise Ones trained you, you fucking loser.
But even that, like, that could be a
no, you're right. But
to Lanfear,
she's
been there a very long time, and that was always kind of my one little like, I don't know. That when I heard that news, I was like, okay, I feel like that makes more sense to me. That for me, I was like, I liked it as a fan. I liked it. You like to have the bad guy get it, but it did seem a little bit like the Forsaken in general tend to be a bit bumbling. You know, there are a lot of mistakes made there. But Lanfear, even when she's kind of like being like at a disadvantage, she has a play. She has something going on. And that's where it was like, I mean, I'll be honest. Perrin's my least favorite of the five. Okay, like I feel like there are mistakes made here. There are personality issues that I think would keep him from coming out on top here. That's just me.
I see.
So,
this
is
kind of last point. Perrin the ultimate edgelord, though, because he spent the entire book series doing nothing. And then he talks to Master Luhan, and Master Luhan's like, it's okay, my boy. You can just let go. It's the last battle. You gotta do this. And then he's like, yeah. And that's when he, like, just goes all nuts and goes all out, right? So I can see that. I know what you're saying about his confidence issues and everything like that, but I think at this point in time, those are pretty much handled.
Handled is one thing, but handled against Lanfear, I don't know.
I don't know.
But I suppose
as it turns out,
another episode.
As it turns out, you're right. He didn't fucking handle it.
And he didn't. He thought he did.
Yeah. And you know what happens when you assume? You make an ass out of yourself and yourself. So, Jung's psychology kind of thoughts about the collective unconsciousness and why Tel'aran'rhiod seems to fit or may fit so well with this concept. One, it's more than personal. There's a multitude of characters that enter this same exact dream space, like it's a communal kind of space, or as Jung would call it, this idea that dreams can draw from a shared reservoir of the collective conscious. The archetypes wind up shaping the reality of Tel'aran'rhiod. Your thoughts manifest. And the stronger the thought is, or the more important or prevalent it is, the faster it manifests, or the more concrete it manifests. And a lot of the symbols we see kind of use, or things that people do that could be symbolic, fit within like these like deep archetypical whatever kind of like ideas, like the wolves, towers, chains, fire. All of these kind of like things that you can look at, like dream interpreters or, psychologists will use to try to help, you figure out what is your unconscious brain wrestling with that's, maybe causing problems. And then it's a universal space. Again, we get a little bit of the unreliable narrator, but it seems to be true when the Wise Ones claim that Tel'aran'rhiod touches all worlds and all times, which would be the the quintessential like kind of perfect metaphor for Jung's not Jung's, whatever I said. Idea of a shared human psyche, something that reaches out and touches everyone collectively at all times. That everybody's both feeding out of and feeding into, right? That you have this kind of shared library of shit.
Right.
It's like, hey, when you dream of fire, it means you've got chlamydia. Don't dream of fire, or it means you got chlamydia. I mean, think about it. Like, psychologists use this all the time for like interpreting dreams, right? These common symbols, and it even works its way into like very southern, like kind of like wives' tales, right? Or well, wives' tales, superstitions, whatever. Like, hey, if you I know I was like growing up. It was like, hey, if you have dreams that are all black and white, but you do see the color red, it means somebody's gonna get hurt or die. If your dream involves snakes, it was either the devil's trying to get you or somebody's trying to harm you in some way. Little things like that that work out, and then you have this with the people that temporarily touch Tel'aran'rhiod. You kind of also had this thing like, hey, if you're having trouble sleeping, it's because you're awake in somebody else's dream. If they're manifesting you, and what would be your turn to use, like your 3 brain cells of the shared collective consciousness, you can't access it now, so you can't go to sleep.
And this kind of, and I apologize if this has been brought up before, but is this a possible like explanation for Nakomi? And that she's a time traveling dreamwalker.
Ooh, I think I like the idea. I mean, we get from Origins that Nakomi's like the kind of Shadow Haran, like Shadar Haran is to Shaitan. That Nakomi is kind of the same thing to the Creator, but there is nothing that predicates a figure like that being able to pop in and out of time. I mean, if it touches all worlds, which means it touches all possibilities, it can touch at all times.
Nakomi's just Harriet, like in our own current time.
Yeah.
No, this is what Robert wrote. This is yeah.
I mean, you throw like a stone at like almost any female character in the books, and it's like that's like this percentage of Harriet.
Well, right,
this character's like.
I mean, to be fair, you can.
But yeah, no, you're right.
With most women, like we all have a little bit of everybody, you know.
Stones at them? That's rude.
Well, I mean, it depends on which era you're throwing them in.
Yeah.
Which collective consciousness of Tel'aran'rhiod you're throwing the stones in. But I feel like that's an easy thing to say. Like everybody has little pieces of them, but no, I like the theories. It's just, time travel. Time traveling.
Time travel. The answer to everything.
Time traveling intelligence bombs. There you go.
Okay. So let me ask this. If Perrin can enter into Tel'aran'rhiod and exit anywhere he wants, can he also exit at different times? Because we know time works differently in Tel'aran'rhiod too.
Does this explain some of his more questionable decisions earlier in the series? He just steps out of the dream and he's like, wait, what's happening? You want to do what? Yep. Why do you smell so angry? What is going on?
It's not confusion or like any kind of weird like early onset dementia. It's just accidental like time travel by like maybe a couple hours. But it's like Adam Sandler Click style time travel. So like he's been on autopilot in the real world while he's like moving around. I mean,
every time he gets back, Fael's more upset and Berlane's more attracted.
Yeah. It's like, you just smell older. I don't know. Like, You're like older, but still the same. I don't get it. It's fucking weird. I don't see. Here's where I struggle kind of with it, because like you would think that if it has this whole, well, actually I don't, because if you added in the ability that people that could access Tel'aran'rhiod into the books could also essentially exit Tel'aran'rhiod in any dimensional world at any time in said dimension or world, you fucking like can't trust anything. Like, though I do like it could explain why the unreliable narrators are so frequently unreliable, because what they knew used to be true, but somebody time traveled in Tel'aran'rhiod intentionally or accidentally changed something, so what they thought was true is now no longer true, and so now it just looks like they're lying.
They're like, the prophecy
Butterfly
is
effect.
now twice, and twice shall he be marked.
Yeah. And it turns out like one of the marks actually goes on Rand and the other one goes on Rosamund Pike.
Hey-o.
But I mean,
Hey.
that's the I think that's like the obvious problematic part of it, like for the story, is it would break a ton of the story, because then the question would just be, well, why doesn't why don't like Rand or Egwene or the Forsaken just go back in time before, like, why doesn't somebody just exit into the waking world before Mirren drills towards the Dark One's butthole and be like, hey, stop,
Yeah.
bad things are gonna happen.
Which
Is
is
always
like
what I mean. It's the same thing we do. Like, hey, if we had time travel, we'd know it's real by now, because somebody would have went back in time and like gotten rid of baby Hitler. And it's like, but then you wouldn't ever know baby Hitler existed, so you wouldn't know to be upset.
Time, what is it? The paradox of time travel. What if baby Hitler is what allowed time travel to be created in the first place, and removing him would have prevented it from coming about? Who knows?
Yeah, I feel like there's an Artemis Fowl book that goes through this whole thing. Like, if the Hindenburg didn't crash, it would have had like all these like tangential effects. Like, obviously it's fantasy, it's Artemis Fowl, and ultimately like it results in like Germany developing like the nuke first and bombing like America.
And I mean, it is fun to theorize about. But I think one of the things that kind of helps our purpose with even the collective consciousness is that, I mean, not to be totally rude, but collectively, people tend to be slow to pick up new knowledge and slow to believe new things. So even if we had this incredible tool, such as Tel'aran'rhiod, that gave us the ability to time travel, it would be thousands of years before somebody actually mastered that ability to be able to utilize it. And even still, it'd be so rare that it would be like your land fears, your senkus that are able to like harness this crazy ability and use it. Whereas most of the people, it would just be like a passive thing that they apparently or occasionally fall into when they're falling in their dreams. And
so I think I might actually have thought of an answer as to why the time traveling doesn't happen, actually, in a way that works. Maybe. Chew on this. Let's see how this sounds.
We'll see.
So accessing Tel'aran'rhiod accidentally or on purpose is one thing. To be there and experience it and experience this collective unconscious, right? Is one thing. But there has to be a specific amount, or not specific, but some amount varying from person to person, with like the dreamwalkers and Perrin and everybody else, of comfortability and experience and familiarity with how Tel'aran'rhiod works to manipulate it, right? And it has, generally everything they do is within the bounds of imagination. So to put yourself in a different dimension or world at a different time, it would stand to reason that you have to be able to basically form that mental picture. You have to be able to imagine and will it. And it's like, I want you to conjure a picture in your mind of something you have no way to possibly conceive. And this could explain the outliers. Let's say 1 in 1,000 people get some small semblance of it right, like some kind of weird like deja vu memory, and they get like a scene from another time right, and it drops them there. and that's where you get like these weird outlier people that show up that like, either know more, like know a lot, or are really smart for the time, or just don't seem to fit in. Like, what if like in the Wheel of Time, that's how you get like your fucking Albert Einsteins, right? Like they just drop in, like it's actually not a genius. He's just from the future.
And this
That's it.
kind of
There's no geniuses. It's all a conspiracy. They're just accidental dreamwalkers that woke up in the
There's
past.
only one genius. That's me. I'm the genius.
I've
the
time
best
traveled
genius.
throughout history. It's all been me the entire time.
The
You're
only
welcome.
way to accurately filter through the threads of the pattern of the Lage Ace is to use really tiny hands. So you have children and you have me. Only choices. And they can't do what I can do. The pattern looked at me, tears on its wheel spokes. I swear to the Creator, under the light in my hope for salvation and rebirth. Why does my soul hurt?
Why does your hole hurt? What? Okay.
Why does my soul's hole hurt?
This is getting back on topic, I guess. It does kind of it makes you wonder kind of how the talents were given out even amongst our Ta'veren. What if someone like Matt had been given the ability to enter Tel'aran'rhiod with just this like infinite imagination and possibility? He could have broken the whole world.
Egwene's just like revisiting like Amon's field, and there's just Matt in a fucking like EDM brothel
all of the buildings
dance club.
are made of gold, and all of the badgers are made of cotton candy, and like
there's badgers running free everywhere. Matt's in like an EDM dance strip club. Fucking Mistress Alvear is up there just fucking twerking.
The pattern is like, no, I gave these out in the wrong order.
I mean, yeah, like she does that, but it's like not for another like 25,000 years. She hasn't been reborn into like her hot girl summer era yet.
Not yet. But
yeah,
we're getting there.
No, and that's what happens. Like all the planes that like just disappear, like the Bermuda Triangle, they just accidentally phase shift into Tel'aran'rhiod. We figured it out. All of the weird shit that happens, the people that disappear, they've just accidentally shifted into Tel'aran'rhiod. And they're just standing there like fucking Eric Andre or whatever at the White House being like, let me in, trying to get back into reality.
I love it.
Nope. I'm stuck on the outside of reality. I don't know how to get back in. I mean, I'm joking, but that actually would be like a really cool like fucking example, like an explanation, like, and that's part of why like Tel'aran'rhiod is so dangerous, because there's just people that have just disappeared into there. Can you imagine being like fucking Brigida, like you got a bow and an arrow, and suddenly you just see like some dude in a World War II fighter airplane. Just,
turns out the Bermuda Triangle is just a bunch of people that fell asleep when they were on their cruise.
Just a fucking thin spot between our world and Tel'aran'rhiod.
Except for here's the only thing with that though, is like how many of them are heroes of the Horn? They're just going back.
It's
after
just
completing another life.
It's the emergency recall function. Like, we know you're still alive, but we really need you back.
No, I think that
phase shift.
The Bermuda Triangle is much more likely to be the Tower of Gunjai, which is also the sunken city of Atlantis, merged into one myth.
No, that's Atlanta.
It's all connected.
That's Atlanta. There's a group that just had a rally about how Atlantis never sank. It's actually Atlanta that's rising higher. And that's why the names are so similar.
Definitely. That's
exactly how it happened. Places don't change names as different cultures take them over. That doesn't happen.
Drama episode. But
everybody's looking in the ocean like a bunch of morons. Turns out the lost city of Atlantis is just like the traffic loop of downtown Atlanta.
That's it.
We figured it out.
Mystery solved. All right.
Next Jordan Con.
See you next Jordan.
See you at the next JordanCon in downtown Atlantis.
Downtown Atlantis.
Downtown Atlantis.
Where we shall be reading from the Emerald Tablet passed down to us from the Anunnaki, which really
their squares
are just illuminators and people from Herod School that fell asleep and tumbled into Tel'aran'rhiod and tumbled back out well ahead of their time.
Love it. Perfect. Absolutely perfect.
You're not a genius. You just got lucky. You just slipped through the cracks of reality. Time traveled. Clearly, that's more believable than you being smarter than me.
Hashtag time travel. All right, everybody. Hey, thanks. Just thanks. We love you. We're thankful that you're here. We're thankful that you listened. We're thankful that you joined us on this unhinged journey slathered with taint. Yeah.
They looked at me, taint in their eyes.
It's like, take us to the dream.
Oh, that was my cue. Quick.
You've been waiting for this moment, for this feeling to grow. In the shadows, always watching, always running the show. In the tower, you can bring your pain. In the tower, you can feel the strain. You've been having so much